Good morning, Flosstube. My name is Laura, and I'd like to welcome you to Stitching by the Shore, my channel all about cross stitch. Every once in a while, I talk about something else crafty, but today we are all cross stitch. I did have some stamping to do this week, so I had to spend some time in the studio away from stitching, but I think I got a decent amount done still. If you are new to my channel, thank you so much for pressing play. Welcome, and I hope you like what you see. Come back, leave comments, hang out with us. I love meeting new people, so thank you. And if you're a returning viewer, you know you are fantastic. And this is my 1-year Flosstuberversary. I have been doing Flosstube for a year. I think February 9th was my very first Flosstube. And without all of you all returning and coming back and hanging out with me, it just wouldn't have been possible. So thank you. Happy early Valentine's Day, wearing my red. We don't really do much to celebrate. We'll be lucky if we make a special meal for dinner. It might be just same old, same old. I think here it's supposed to be kind of nasty on Valentine's Day with ice and some snow and sleet. So I think we're just hunkering in and not doing much of anything. So, but happy Valentine's Day to you. And let's see, it's been a bit of a crazy morning. I'm trying to get my thoughts all together. Today was Connor's late day for school, so he went in for 9 rather than before 8 o'clock. And so I'm taping late, but he left, then he came in because he needed his calculator. You have physics and you have calculus, you kind of need your calculator. So he leaves, then he comes back in again. Now the dog barks every time he comes back in. He wanted to make sure he had his wallet. Okay, he leaves, I see the car go, okay, good. We'll settle down, we'll start getting ready, whatever. He calls and he's like, I forgot a mask. Can you grab one? And I'm gonna pull in and get it. So then I had to wait for him to come back, grab his mask and send him out. And I think we're safe now. I have not heard from him, and so I think everything is good and he's gonna stay at school now for a few hours. So that's been my morning. It's been a little bit crazy and a little bit hectic, but take a deep breath, and now I can just sit and visit with you all. So that'll be a great way to complete my morning. Let's see, other than that, I think let's get started in stitching. I have 2 finishes to show you this week. I have a chuckle on this first one because I had talked about it last week and it was fairly close to a finish. And I was like, I don't know if I'll finish it, if I'll just put it away and whatever, or just get it done. And Colleen, you left me a comment, you said, finish it already. It's almost done and finish it. So I said, all right, Colleen told me to finish it, so I finished it. And it's the February Cottage from Cottage Needleworks. And this is what it looks like. So up close, I think I kept all the colors the same. I used the DMC in case you're interested to see what it looks like with DMC. This is done on an 18 count vintage country Mocha, and it's on the back side. So it's not on the side that has the kind of mocha-ish variations. It's just more of a beigey, and they're all 12 are getting done on this. And I think the only thing I had made a mistake in the topiary is about like little extra leaves on the first one, and I kind of liked how it looked, so I said, you know what, they're all gonna go like that. I think that's really the only change I did. I did consider, it does call for grass at the bottom here, and I considered it making it snow because it's February, it's Connecticut, but I decided that I was tired of snow. So we went with the grass and I kept it as called for. So that's the first finish, all done with that one. The second one was also close. I knew I was gonna get this one finished. So it's not gonna be a surprise when you see it. This is Winterful Friends from Silver Creek Samplers. A really fun, quick stitch. If you'd like to do something wintry, super cute, and really a quick, easy one. And look what we have. So cute. So far from distance to show you the color of the fabric. This is called Ice Blue, and it's from To Die For Fabrics. And that's what it looks up close. Now it's an 18 count, so it's fairly small, and I haven't decided what I'll do with it. I mean, I could certainly make it like a little tiny, I could do like an ornament, it would just be a long one. The other thing I'm thinking about is if I finish it a little bit bigger, but something on the bottom. I haven't figured that out yet. But once I can go shopping again and look for fabrics and all kinds of other stuff and have some ideas, then I will pull out my pile, my stack. I'll just go to the store with a big stack of finished stitching and then play around with colors and fabrics and things and see what shows up. So that's the second finish, Winterful Friends. So that's not a surprise. The February Cottage was faster than I thought to finish it. So thank you, Colleen, for giving me a kick in the butt to finish it. Winterful, though, I knew that one was really close. And there is a little bit of a counting mistake in it, but it worked out fine. I fudged it and it works fine. Works in progress. What did I do that I have not finished? I had I was gonna say stamps out. No, it would be flosses. I'm confusing my crafts. I had the flosses out for this one still. So I said I'll do one more week right now with Pretty Little Amsterdam. That's Satsuma Street. So cute. I love the colors. I love Satsuma for the bright colors. I have another Satsuma waiting. I might start this spring. And I think I have all the flosses for it, and I think I know what fabric, so it's just a matter of getting it all put together. And this is what we have. So this fabric is called Nantucket Sky by Fabrics by Stephanie, 18 count. And I love this one. I had this done and I started on some of the buildings and then I just continued with that. And that's where I kept going with it. And I think I have mentioned this before, but just as a reminder, here there are some clouds. I am not stitching those because I love how these are going to come out and around the windmill and the top of the buildings. Looking at the picture, there'll be another thing right here stitched, but then you'll have clouds and it'll just look natural. So I'm super excited with how this one looks. Love it. And a lot of this some of this will still be colored because I still have stitching down here to do. But that's Pretty Little Amsterdam. I think this one's gonna get put away for a little while now until it gets really gloomy here again, and I really need the bright Satsuma Street colors. It is sunny here today, but it is freezing. I think it's about like 10 degrees, or maybe that's what it was this morning. I'm not really sure. I just know it's cold. It's cold, always cold. Next one. So you know how, and I'm just grabbing my iPad because I have it's a digital that I have on there. You know how Julie from Kansas City Girl in a Colorado World has a snow piece? And so every time it snows, she stitches on it. Well, I was being a little ornery and I said, you know what? Now I'm not gonna do it every time it snows because this winter I literally would be doing this every other day. But last Sunday we were getting a whole bunch of snow and I'm over it. I'm over winter, I'm over the snow. I said, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna stitch on something beachy while it's snowing outside. And I'm just gonna channel the summer. So that's what I did. This one is called On the Beach from Stitchrovia. So fun. Again, Stitchrovia uses great bright colors and just fun images. So that's what the finished piece will look like. And here I am. This is done on, it's called Beach Sand from To Die For Fabrics, which I love because there'll be little areas between all the beach blankets, and then there'll be water and there'll be a little bit of beach right here. And this fabric looks fantastic with it. I love it. So I couldn't decide what to do. I was gonna either finish this one or finish this one, but they both had some similar colors. So I just kept flipping back and forth. I got this person done, and there's one little bit that I don't have. I have one floss color that I don't have. I have to look for. So my plan of what I was gonna finish completely went out the window because I just couldn't I couldn't decide what I wanted to stitch on. So that's what I said. I'm just gonna shake it up a little bit, and that's what we came up with. A lot of fun. I really do like this one. And if we're gonna get another, I'm not putting this one away yet because I definitely need the beach stuff over this winter. I know we're getting bad weather on Sunday, bad weather on Tuesday, bad weather on Thursday, and then I think there's even more to come after that. So I know at least one of those I'm gonna pull this out because I need it. I need it. I'm done with the snow, and I think freezing rain might be coming. I need good weather. The last work in progress is always a popular one. You all like it, and it is so fun to stitch if you haven't stitched it. And this is the first little stitcher I've done, and it's a lot of fun. I definitely want to look and see what other things she has. It's Mary Poppins from the Little Stitcher. So fun. And here we go. I gave this a couple days actually this week because I really wanted to finish Mary. You wouldn't think she's that intense, but she is intense. This is done on 18 count Winter Blues from Bestitchme Fabrics. That was a December fabric of the month. I don't know if it's on the website or not yet. I like it. It's a great blue with just a grayish tinge. So it is fantastic if that's the kind of color scheme you're looking for your piece. And Brandy always does a great job dyeing fabrics. So Mary was my big focus. Down here, this is a lot of stitching. It took me a whole day to get that one finished. And so I said I just wanted to do something else as well. So I did, the only thing I didn't, there's supposed to be a couple little colored pieces right here, flowers I think in her, or leaves to go with the little flower in her hat. But I did do her face. So she's all done. There was some quarter stitches. There was supposed to be it'd be quarter stitches because I'm doing it on an Ada. If you were doing it on a 28 count, the eye was, or whatever, 28, 32, 34, whatever. The eye was supposed to be over 1, and there'd be basically 3 black stitches and then a white for the eye. And so obviously I was doing quarter stitches. So I started with the black because then I wanted to get the back stitching around her eye done. And honestly, once you did the 3 quarter stitches, I could have done just a half and a quarter, I suppose, too. Once I did that, there really wasn't room for the white for the eye, and I think it really wouldn't have looked that good. I think it looks fine the way it is. So I kept it like that instead. And I think it came out perfectly. And this Ada was easy enough to find the center of the hole, and it was fine doing the quarter stitches, and it was just a few of them, so it worked out great. And then I started to go down here a little bit of the houses for the city, and then I have the big piece here and some more words. So this will take a while yet, but Mary was the big thing, but a lot of fun to stitch. I am enjoying this. And as a side note, it calls for 310. I actually prefer anchor black, so I do use the anchor, and I am on my second skein now. I've started my second skein of anchor black. So that's where it is. Love it, love it. So that one is definitely one I think I'm still enjoying stitching it. We'll see when we get here and I have all to do color changes. I might get a little frustrated with that, but we'll see. Right now, it's a lot of fun still. So it's still in the rotation. It's all about fun. That's what keeps it coming and going. And then I have one new start. And with this new start, it was Valentine's, and it's not going to get done for Valentine's. And honestly, I'm not getting finishing stuff right now. So even if it was done for Valentine's, there's nothing I could do for it. So I'm not sure I will finish it. It's a quick stitch though. It really is. If you wanted to do, it's from Primrose Cottage Stitches, which you know I really like their stuff. They're well charted and easy to follow. So that's what it looks like. It's called Hugs and Kisses. It was originally part of a whole kit. I just got the PDF. Now they do it on, I think that's a blue. It's a type of blue that they did the fabric on, that they stitched on. And it looks fantastic. And you'll notice that there's a lot of different white pieces in there. That's not gonna work for mine, so I'll show you how I changed it. I pulled out some more Lavender Frost fabric because I had done another piece at the, was it the 2 Little Lovebirds? I don't remember. One of my pieces I had done in the Lavender Frost, and I wanted to do another piece with the same fabric. So that's what I did. And this is from Vintage Needlearts. It's an 18 count. So it looks almost white here, but in person there is a very subtle lavender tint to it. But because it's so light, the white was not going to show up. So I found a light purple, and in fact, it's one of the purples I'm using for the conversation hearts little pieces, so everything will match. And where there's white, I'm putting the purple instead. So it matches really nicely with the different shades of pink, and there'll be some hearts down here that are in the purple. So I'm really happy. I tried another pink, but it was fading in and it just wasn't working. And I said, you know what, let's bring in another color, and it's a little bit of a contrast, so it's not just straight pink and red. So that's what it looks like. So this is just, it was a day's work for me. You know, I can't stitch all day long, just not physically possible. So it's about half done. I have the whole top half done, and then I just have to do the bottom. But it's obviously not going up for Valentine's, so we'll see. This one might get put away for now, unless Colleen tells me to buckle up and just get it done. I don't know. So that's what's at. And that was my new start. I don't know what I want to do this week. I know I want to do Mary Poppins, and I know it's going to be bad weather at some point, so I think I might be pulling out the beach. Other than that, I'm not really sure. I do want to start, but I need flosses for it. I want to start, I'm going to go backwards, and I'm going to start with the June Cottage from Country Cottage. So if I pick up the flosses for that, maybe I will get that one started as well, and we'll go from there. So that's the stitching. I got a piece of happy mail, and I am just so grateful. Linda contacted me, and she knows I have a lot of physical issues sitting, and it hurts to sit for a while. And so I love stitching, but stitching doesn't always love me. And so Linda said, I know you don't sew. I'd love to make you, I have a pillow that I use that is perfect for me. I'd love to make you one if you'd like. And I was so touched. Look at this. She made me a pillow for my stitching. Look at the gorgeous fabric. Love it. Fantastic. And she said to tell if anybody is looking for one of to do one of these yourself. She got the pattern from Quilt Roadies. I think is it Anna Bates? I'm not sure on that. But I just looked up Quilt Roadies, and that's the Flosstube channel, or it wouldn't be Flosstube, would it? It would be the YouTube channel. And she said it was about a year ago that there was a tutorial, and that's the tutorial she used for the pillow. And I love it, love it, love it. So that came from Linda. And then what's really cool, so she's put in, these are great. So then she put in a couple different, first couple pamphlets of all sorts of embroidery stitches and cross stitch stitches and all that kind of, so it's all different types of instructions. And you know me, I need that. And then she also threw in the ultimate dictionary, visual dictionary to 200 cross stitches. 200 classic stitches. And so again, and I'm a visual person, I need to see. So all of these are different types of stitches, and they show you how to do them. So I am super excited that I have these resources, because I don't know anything besides X's and backstitch. So these will come in super handy. So Linda, thank you so much, and I appreciate it, and they're really cool. I love it, I love it, I love the resources. So that was super exciting happy mail this week, and it was great. We didn't get much else that was interesting mail. So Linda, that was a bright spot in my mail this week. I did get some fabric, but besides that, Linda, you were the bright spot. You were the complete total bright spot. So thank you. So I did get a little bit of fabric for my shopping, and that's all I have for shopping this week. I have from 2 different fabric dyers that I want to show you. So was it last Sunday? I think it was. Misty is on the ball. Mystic Fabrics. Misty does, not every week, but on Sunday she does fabric games. I don't know how long she's been doing it. Probably longer than I've been back stitching, and knew all about all these great hand-dyed fabrics. And I was able to snag 2. There's certain sections when Misty does the fabric games, and you got to watch the instructions, because some of them it's only 1 in the first 2 hours, and then it's whatever. This folder, you didn't have to just do the 1. I never usually get more than 2 because I just feel bad taking any more than that from people. So I chose the 2 that I really wanted to try color-wise, and I've been looking at them on her website, and these were just web colors that she had put up. So I grabbed, and they're both 18 count Adas. This one's Adobe. I'll do that. Look at that. How pretty is that? And this happens to be, I know you can choose from her website. On the Ada, she does have Charles Craft and she has Zweigart. These are Zweigarts. How pretty is that? And what's really cool, both of these colors that you see, she has her traditional color, which she had, was the first set of hand dyeing she did. But then on maybe 5 or 6 of her traditional colors, she's done a darker version of it. And she does have a darker version of this, which I think would be a really cool one to try as well. So that's the first one. And then the second one I've had my eye on for a while, and I just hadn't picked it up. It's called Lima Bean. Look at how pretty that green is. So, so pretty. And this one also, I believe, has a darker version on the website. So you can get the traditional Lima Bean or darker Lima Bean. So those 2 are from Misty, from Mystic Fabrics. And I link things down below, so if you're interested in checking out her website, she also has a Facebook page, which I can link as well. I know she's been super busy dyeing for, you know how in March, since they can't do the yearly, what's it called? Needleworks show, market, right? I know there's some sort of online version. I don't know if the traditional market's later on in the year, I really don't know. But I know they're doing something online in March, and a lot of designers and like suppliers and things like that are providing stuff. And I know she has been spending time, I don't know if they're brand new colors, but she's been getting some fabrics ready for that online marketplace. So, kind of cool. And then I got from Kim at To Dye For Fabrics. She's out of 18 count traditional Ada right now. I think mid to late February. She's, fingers crossed, hoping to get some. And as soon as she does, she has been putting out colors on her website like crazy. So I have a whole bunch of colors favorited. As soon as she does, we'll be back to her shop. But she did say she had plenty of opal. And so I picked up a couple opals. This is the ice blue. You know I love doing the ice blue, using it for winter stitches. Let's see if you can see the sparkle. It's a fantastic blue. Snow shows up really nicely on it. So I am thinking of stitching the Brooks Books Advent Animals on these. I don't know if I'm gonna do the number yet. That's the one thing I haven't figured out. But I picked up a bigger piece of it, so that I would have, I don't know how many I'll get off that bigger piece, but I figured that was plenty for now. Her dyeing seems really, really consistent when I've bought a color more than once, so I'm not really worried that it'd be too different. And then I figured, all right, because I'm a fanatic for blues, I just picked up this one. It's called Nebula Navy. Look at that. The sparkle is amazing on this. I figure anything, you know, a lot of times for ones that have night scenes, you see them done on black. And I really want to do them more on navies and have them look like a night sky. And I thought that so pretty. Look at that sparkle. It just looks like a night sky. So that's the other one that I picked up. And that's it for shopping. That's all I got. Oh, no, I don't. I have one other thing. I was looking at one of my ribbon suppliers, and I said I want to pick up a few ribbons, and I have a few of these that I picked up. So I love twill tape ribbon, so I picked up a twill, and then a little itty bitty, look at this tiny little rickrack, white rickrack, and this is probably an 1/8, yeah, it's an 1/8 of an inch. And then I did pick up, they don't have a lot of colors, it's not like Lady Dot pom-poms, which has a gazillion colors, but I picked up some red pom-pom, and I got a bunch of that as well. So you will see these 3 a little bit later in the here while I'm talking in our visit as part of a giveaway. Not the big thing, obviously, but I took some apart and I'm going to share some with you. I figured it's around Valentine's. If you are much better off with finishing and farther along than I am, you might be able to actually use this stuff right now. So that was it for shopping. Giveaways. Let's talk giveaways. So we have lots of giveaway business. First off, this was 2 weeks ago, or I picked the name last week, but it was a giveaway from 2 weeks ago, and it's the Snow Welcome from Imagination. And at the time, Colleen Tennant, I picked your name. So as with all my giveaways, you have 2 weeks to respond to me. So Colleen, you have 1 more week to get back to me, either through my Gmail account or Instagram. And as soon as I hear from you, or when I hear from you, I'll be able to send that on to you. If I don't hear within the week, then I'll pick a new name next week. So that's the first giveaway info. Last week with Cousin Wrigley, this is what this week's one is gonna be. Your hair stories, I love them. And I feel so much better that I'm not the only one that's had disastrous hair experiences. It really seems perms and hair color have seemed to cause a lot of problems for a lot of people over the years. And then there's just hairstyles that really, what were we thinking? So I did pull out, and this one is going to be hard to see because there was a lot of kids in this class. So this was 2nd grade. I don't remember if it was because they might have had 2nd and 3rd grade in the one, I don't remember, but there's a lot of kids in the class. So I'm only a little teeny tiny picture. So in 2nd grade, Dorothy Hamill was all the rage, or her hair. Now, my hair doesn't look like it now. Let's see if I can show you. I'm just blocking out some of the other kids. That's me. Look at that hair. It doesn't even look like anything. It just got chopped, and then that was about it. So that was 2nd grade. Chopped my hair, and I was sad ever since. Then, you know, I looked at some of the other ones, because these are all just done on scrapbook pages at this point. And I was like, they started to grow out a little bit, and you know, they were a little bit longer. 4th grade, I have this really weird part that looks horrible. Then we came to 6th grade. 6th grade was the year of the perm. Now I have a lot of hair, and they permed it curly. And this is what we came up. Look at me with that curl. It's crazy curl. Lovely outfit too, huh? Yes, that was 6th grade. So those are my 2 pictures. Isn't it amazing? Every bad hairstyle or clothes or whatever styles we went through, there's always pictures. There's always pictures. And I had to laugh how many times before, like, school pictures, kids got their hair done, and it was a disaster. And now everybody will always have that as your school picture, immortalized forever. So thank you for all the fun comments and laughs and commiseration with me. And Cousin Wrigley is going to go to, oops, I got 2 stuck. Let's grab one. It's going to go to Belinda Z. So Belinda, if you could send me your address, again, either at the Gmail account or Instagram, check down below, you'll get that info. I will send that off to you. All right, so that is from last week's. Now, this week's giveaway. Like I said, I had gotten that ribbon, so I wanted to share some ribbon and finishing. So I'm gonna break it down and show you, but this pile is what you're gonna be getting, and it'll be much nicer when you actually get it, believe you me. You're going to get 2 yards of every single one of these pieces of, I'll call it ribbon, but they're not all ribbon, and there's 6 different options. So first we have this twill ribbon, which is one of my favorites. I really do like twill. I use it a lot too with card making, scrapbooking, and it's a nice little cranberry color. Kind of matches over here. It's not a deep cranberry, but it's not a bright Christmas red either. It's kind of in between. And then I mentioned the rickrack. So this is a 1/8 inch rickrack. It's a little teeny tiny rickrack. And you're getting 2 yards of that. Now I wanted to show you finishing ideas. I'm always thinking, a lot of times I think about how I finished paper products. But if you wanted to put something in your finishing, look at how cute this looks layered. If you layer the rickrack on the ribbon, super cute and would look great as in a finishing idea. So that's really cute. Or with this rickrack, you could certainly do multiple layers and kind of stagger the rickrack, the curves. That would be cute too. So there's those two. And then of course, I have 2 yards of the red pom-pom. This is brighter than the twill. So this is more like a bright red. So there's 2 yards of that. Then I have 2 yards of, it's just a kind of a red, it's not really twine, it's a little bit more, it's not burlappy, but it's like a stringy twine. So that would be cute, like you could maybe make like multiple layers of bows behind something if you wanted, like a little type of thing, and put that as an accent. So there's that. Then there's this, which is, it's not called a ribbon, but you see how it's kind of a cranberryish color. Woo! Something just fell and just scared the dog. Sorry about that. I apologize. Just scared me too. I don't know what it is. But this is, it's not really it's basically a wired piece. So you get 2 yards of that, and it's kind of a cranberry color. And again, I will have it nicely put away from you. But you can also use that, wrap it around like a pen or a pencil, and you can have like, you know, little curlies. I did just a really quick, and then it kind of got, but you could do all sorts of curly things with that. So that's the 5th one. And then the last one, there's a lot of red there. I said, I'm gonna throw some pink in. And this is really pretty. It's a pink with like a white Swiss dot. And you'll notice it's got a scallop edge to it. So there's the front, and the back is just not printed with dots. But how pretty is that? Super pretty. And again, that would be really nice underneath the piece if you wanted to add a little accent of ribbon. And I think that's it's not a 5/8 of an inch, it's probably the one below that. Not 100% sure though, I don't have it with me. So all of those, and again, it'll be nicely done. Each one will come in its own little separate bag for you, but you will get all of those. So 6 different ribbons at 2 yards a pop is this week's giveaway. So what am I asking? Well, the word to say is red. Okay, I have a lot of red ribbon, it's Valentine's, red. So the word I want is red. But the question I want you to answer is, so this weekend was the Super Bowl. I watched parts of it. A lot of times I like to see the commercials, and it got me thinking. I don't know if I saw any this year that were like, blew me away. I really don't remember because I didn't watch a lot of the Super Bowl. So I probably missed all the really good ones. But do you have a favorite ad or a memorable ad or something that you remember? And it's funny because I looked up ads because I was curious. And if you ever need it for trivia, the first ad that was ever shown cost $9. Can you imagine? Nowadays it's millions and millions of dollars. And this was before me because I was born in the late 60s, but apparently during the 60s, we know smoking was still considered fine, cool, whatever. Fred Flintstone, he did an ad for cigarettes. Oh, I used to watch the Flintstones. I can't believe that. But anyway, I was looking through and it kind of jogged my memory. Who remembers the Tootsie Roll? How many licks does it take to get through to the center of a Tootsie Roll pop? That was a good one. And then Mr. Whipple, I remember that one from as a kid. That was memorable. And where's the beef? Remember that one? The little old ladies. More recent, Mo loves the Dr. Rick ones where, you know, it's how not to become your parents. He likes the one with the blue hair where the guys are like, it's blue hair. So that's his favorite. And a couple years ago, I don't know if you remember, and I think it was for phones. It was Verizon or I don't even, how bad is it? See, that's bad when you can remember the ad, but you don't remember what it was for. That's why the Budweiser ones were always so brilliant because you remembered it and you put the ad, it still made you think of what the ad was for. But a couple years ago, Gordon Ramsay was like at a, like at a Costco-ish type place, and he had samples, and the man and the woman went up, and she was like, Gordon Ramsay. And he basically, the guy went to grab a piece of sample, and Gordon Ramsay says, use the cocktail stick. And he used, obviously, a British accent, which I cannot do. And it was one of those ads that we always, Mo and I always laughed at, and we sat. So it was a couple of Christmases ago, but he took the ad, he found it on YouTube, and he took a picture of the girl, and then he put use the cocktail stick on the back. So this is a mug that I use that he just did a play on one of the ads. So I will always chuckle every time I use this and I think about it, which is kind of funny. But do you have something memorable? Maybe it was the Coca-Cola, wasn't it? I love about Teach the World to Sing, and it was Coca-Cola, or the Mean Joe Green one. I'm going back years. There's been some good ones recently too. I always liked the little Dalmatian one for the Budweiser and the horses. Those were always kind of cool. I think that was Budweiser on those. I don't remember. But anyway, so do you have a favorite ad, or do you have something that it just kind of brings you back at one point as a memory? Time to make the donuts, or any of those kind of fun ones. And you can just say that if you don't want the ribbon or the finishing pieces. If you do, just say the word red, and that will be that. Okay, that's my trip down memory lane today. I seem to have a lot of those. Wrap up, let's just talk about life a little bit. If you don't want to hear any of that, I hope you have a great week. So Megan was able to get a hold of the school on Friday, and she got permission to come on Monday. Tuesday was full. She couldn't come on Tuesday, but Monday she could. And that worked out perfectly because the snow all came from Connecticut to New York to New Jersey to Pennsylvania all on Sunday. And so by Monday, Mo said the roads were great. They were fine. And so they were able to get down there fine. She had her COVID test, which was negative. We haven't heard, it's basically if you don't hear, you're negative. So that's good. Good to know that she got to school, negative test. She is a week of quarantine this week, and then classes start next week. So, and she's still struggling. They kind of do classes kind of strange there, I have to say. And she got lotteried out of a class, so she's a little bit struggling to find one that fits in her schedule right now. So I think that's what she's spending time this week trying to find what to do. So that's the one thing she has to do this week. Otherwise, she's just kind of quarantining. It'll be good when classes start back. I think she's kind of a little bit bored and kind of ready for classes. And I think sports, very modified with masks and the whole bit, may start back soon too. So that's good. That'll keep her kind of busy too. So that's her. You heard about my Connor stories this morning already. He was just in and out. I swear, he once, and he was in elementary school. Obviously, I guess I shouldn't say obviously, but thank goodness it was like 3rd grade or something, and it wasn't like last year. He was walking out to go, I think, to the car, or drive him to school. He was in his socks. I said, Connor, I think you're missing something. I think you need to put your shoes on before you go to school. Sometimes he's a little bit head in the clouds kind of kid, so it hasn't changed. But yeah, he's got a long weekend this weekend because of President's Weekend, so just 4-day weekend, which half of it's going to be crummy with bad weather anyway. We wouldn't be able to go anywhere anyway because everything is kind of shut down. Probably would have done a couple of looks at some of the colleges that he's been accepted into because he's got to make that final decision, but that's not open right now. So we're all home all together for his long weekend. And that's it. I'm hoping maybe to get a little trip to Delaware myself. So maybe next week, weather permitting. I'm trying to thread the different storms, but maybe next week you'll see me from a different location. I'm not sure yet. I guess it'll just depend on Mother Nature, whether she's going to let me take a few days off. So that's about it. I hope you all are doing well and staying safe. And until next time, happy stitching, my friends.